Welcome back to the Green Means Go channel. It's your host, me, and I hate to say it, but I am as optimistic as ever. Today looks like it's going to be a fantastic day. I'm in a great mood. If some of you saw my post about losing $540 on an arbitrage bet because of some silly house rules, DraftKings changed their mind and they credited my account. They said we were in the wrong. So that is awesome. I'm feeling good today. As you know, there are two versions. If you have the unlimited version, I don't want to encourage reckless gambling, but I think today sets up as nice as any day has this year to let some things fly. If you're like me and you have the limited version, though, play 2 to 3 and try to have some fun. As always, I don't necessarily line shop these. There are plenty of guys out there who do that. And if you want to take just strictly plus EV plays, I totally understand you can do that, but I don't always take that approach because my objective is to find you the right spots, get the most free bets, look at the situations, the matchups, all that stuff that, yes, I understand the book accounts for, but I still think there is an edge to be had. And I think we are proving that. So far, our ROI this year on this promo is 16%. So if you were able to play every single pick that I have put out for this promo and convert your free bets at 75%, you would be up almost $2,000, $1,700. Okay. So there's people out there who disagree with what I do and they say play plus AV, play plus EV, play plus EV. That's fine. Right? If that's the way you want to do it, go ahead. I'm not talking poorly about how you approach it. Please don't talk poorly about how I approach it, especially when I'm showing positive results. Okay, I understand that my B team hasn't been great, but minus 319, minus 6%. If you just played only the B team, isn't the worst possible. You can see with a large sample size, I am profitable. Last week, we hit Loeb, Benintendi, Marte, and Brown for a good week. And again, I feel great about this week. This game is a 1 o'clock game, early start. And Lane Thomas just got traded. He is on the Guardians now. This is great for them, I think, just from a baseball standpoint. They don't have very many strong right-handed batters. They have a very lefty-dominated lineup. He comes in as a righty who's been struggling, but I think he's still got it. So I would go Lane Thomas here in his debut with the Guardians, and John Kinsey Noel or Noel at plus 360. I don't mind Colt Keith. If you want a little bit of a flyer, Colt Keith, I believe, was at 700. He was on my short list. We'll just say that. Game in Baltimore could be rained out. Make sure you check that and watch for that possibility. Decent pitching, but I would go Varsho and Santander. You are going to notice that there's a lot of B and A's today, so you're just going to have to pick and choose the spots you like and the numbers you like because, like I said, I think it could be a really good day. Game in Philadelphia is getting an A for me. Tons of home runs last night. If I had to guess, I think there were like 6 or 7 home runs hit last night. Conditions look even better, but the pitching may have gone up a notch, but I mean, I think Gill and Wheeler were pitching last night, so truly, it's probably about equal. Ben Rice and Marsh both hit one last night. And typically, I don't like to go back to guys who just hit. I don't know if it's superstition or what it is, but Brandon Marsh has hit like 3 this week. And he's sitting at 750, and the conditions support him, and the matchup supports him. So I'm a little confused. Again, I'm not saying I'm sharper than the books, but I think you're getting value on Brandon Marsh plus 750 in this spot. If he is in this spot 7.5 times, I think he hits at least 1 home run. Okay, so I know I'm not an EV guy, but I think there's value there. Ben Rice at 470 would be my other pick, but this game is loaded. I mean, Verdugo, Soto, even Jazz. For the Yankees, Schwarber, Harper, it was hard to narrow it down to 2 guys, so that's why this is an A game. I think you can get 5 home runs in this one. If you don't want to tail my picks, please play this game if you're going to play anything. Cabrera and Springs pitch in Tampa Bay. Brian De La Cruz and Brandon Lowe, who hit one last week for us, would be my plays. Not really interested in it. This game in Cincinnati. I've added some extra graphics here. I want to talk about this. Last night, I used my 30% profit boost on a very negative EV and probably stupid wager, okay? There are times where I feel pretty good about home run hitters, and I'll use my $10 on this. I realize this is not the safest way to do it. I don't post these plays. I don't recommend these plays, but I track my plays daily, and when I've had a good day previously, I'm okay to put $10 on a little bit of a flyer and try to hit a lotto ticket, okay? That's how I sometimes do things. And we were so close, okay? Ben Rice hit one last night. Sorry to yell. Sorry to bust your AirPods if you're an AirPod guy. Candelario hit one. And Ian Happ had one more at bat at the top of the 9th. They were down 7-1. He had no other purpose than to just crank one, and he hits it to as deep of the warning track as possible. $1,800. Like, I was a foot away from $1,800. So this is a little bit of a chase play. I believe he had 3 flyouts of that distance last night. And his price is okay at $370. I like him to connect with one tonight. Mike Tauchman, again, a little bit of a personal chase. You guys know I love Mike Tauchman, and he was in the batting order right after Happ last night, and he put one just as deep, almost to the same spot. Jake Fraley caught that one to end the game. So, a guy who shows he can get it there, and the conditions are fantastic tonight. So I like him, but I understand if you don't want to play these guys. There are tons of guys even on the Cincinnati side that I like. Candelario, I think, is a great pick always, and he was at like $470 this morning, so I really like that price as well. So bottom line, this game and the New York game, I think, are your best bets tonight. Game in Boston, Paxton comes over from the Dodgers. I believe this is his first game pitching for Boston, but you can double check me on that. Yoshida at 830 and Duran at 600 would be my plays. Game in New York is very tempting. I know I said I would suggest playing these 2 games, but this one is right there next to it. Ballpark Pal has a 3 home run total projection. Royce Lewis at 390, I think, is great value in this matchup. And Manny Margot at 630 would be my other play. Game in St. Louis. Typically don't love St. Louis games, but the wind is helping today. I hate Lance Lynn, respectfully, not as a guy. He actually looks like my barber, but I don't like his pitching, and I think he gives up a lot of unnecessary home runs, especially to lefties. So Nathaniel Lowe at 630 and Corey Seager at 370 would be my plays. Let's go to the second half of the slate. Game in Houston. We're going to target Falter here, as he is the the worst pitcher in terms of exit velocity and hard hit percentage. And again, if you didn't watch my video last week, I should have started with this. I have changed the way that I have done things. I feel like talking about the home runs they've surrendered per inning at this point in the season, it all kind of regresses towards the mean, and I don't think you're getting a good angle. So this at least tells you basically math. It gives you some math on how likely the guys they're facing will hit home runs, how often the pitchers allow high exit velocity and hard hit balls. Okay, so Pena and Myers would be my plays. I really like these plays. I just don't love the game. So and neither does Ballpark Pal. So do with that what you will. Game in Chicago is probably not one I play, although Ballpark Pal loves it. I just don't like the bats on either side. Kansas City, I don't like their home run potential. Vinny Pasquantino would be my pick. Michael Massey caught my eye. MJ Melendez caught my eye. But I'm going back to the well with Benintendi. He cashed for us last week, and we do it out of respect for guys who get us there, like Josh Naylor. Game in Milwaukee. John Ross is the projected pitcher. I believe his name's John Ross. That was also a Bengals and Cardinals receiver, so I may be mixing up my sports here. Bottom line is, I think it's still a good game. He's the projected pitcher according to Roto Grinders. Jake Bauers at 430 and Jared Kelenic at 450 would be my plays. Don't mind if you play it. Game in Arizona, Los Angeles. Charlie Blackmon and Ryan McMahon would be my plays. Really good matchup here with Griffin Canning for both of these guys. I like them, and the game's not bad either. Game in Arizona, Patrick Corbin is who I believe you need to target, so you need to play 2 Arizona guys. Moreno and Gurriel would be my plays. I would love Christian Walker in this spot, but he left yesterday's game with an oblique injury, so I doubt he plays tonight. If he does and you want to play him instead, I would totally be fine with that. Game in San Diego, Jake Cronenworth and Jackson Merrill would be my picks. Really good pitching on both sides, but I think Glasnow has struggled more recently than Waldron has, so I would take these 2 guys at home here, Cronenworth and Merrill. Again, I think those are fantastic prices. I don't love the game, but I think for those 2 guys, really good prices. And lastly, game in San Francisco. You know I hate San Francisco. Robbie Ray has a small sample size. That's why I put SS there. He's only pitched 1 game this year and looked pretty darn good doing it in LA when he faced the Dodgers. So I am taking 2 San Francisco batters. I'm avoiding him. I'm targeting JP Sears. Fitzgerald's been on a tear, and Patrick Bailey. All right, real quick before I show you both of the slates and talk overall who I'm taking, 2 ways to support. If you want to sign up for any sports books at all, go check out this link that's in my description. I am partnered with Betstamp. So if you sort by your location, sort by your state, if you live in Ohio or wherever you live, it will show you all the books available in that state that Betstamp is partnered with. When you sign up for one of those books, you get the book's new user promo, but I also get money. I get paid, okay? So that's pretty cool, and it doesn't cost you a thing. If you want to cost you a thing, if you want to pay some money, I am on SoBet, and I give daily promo plays on SoBet. I hate advertising this. I hate knowing that you guys are spending your hard-earned money on my plays and I may lose, okay? I don't love this, all right? But I do make some money if you sign up. It's $10 a month. And in the last 30 days, we are up 27.5 units. I use a $10 unit on this. So you would have made $270.50 if you tailed all my plays. But what's cool about this website is that you get access to everyone's plays, and you can see everyone's plays, and you can see the leaderboard, and you can see how they're doing long term. And SoBet forces these cappers to be honest, to track every play, and to settle every bet, and they cannot hide. And if they are, they get deleted off this app. So all that to say is for $10 a month, you do get my plays. But if you see that a guy like Nasty here or Bet with Poppy here are producing long-term results, you also can tail them, and you don't even have to just pick my play. So long way to say, I've been outspoken about Discords in the past. I've been outspoken about cappers in the past. Like, I get it. Like, that just seems like snake oil. But I'm trying to be transparent as possible. If you want to give it a try for $10 a month, I get some money from it. And I appreciate you very much. Okay, let's talk about the slate. And I don't even want to talk about it because I love it all. All right, I'm probably going to play this Philadelphia and Cincinnati game just for the sake of getting home runs back. But I love Royce Lewis at 390. I love Nathaniel Lowe at 630. I love Varsho at 680. I love one of these two guys to hit one today. Talkman. It's like this slate is glimmering. Okay, my mouth is watering. Second half of the slate. I love Blackman at 700. Cronenworth and Merrill. I wouldn't play the game. I probably won't play these guys, but I think their prices are tremendous at this point. Good luck today. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not highlighting, I'm not circling, I'm not telling you what I'm going to play because every time I do, or lately, it hasn't worked out. I'm going to let you make the decision, but just know that you can bet with some confidence. Don't get carried away. Still bet with you're comfortable losing, but it looks like it should be a good night. Let me know in the comments who you're taking, and I'll see you next Tuesday.